It's 11:02 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are in the Central Standard Time Zone, which runs parallel to the Eastern Time Zone. And we are just east of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee. And we're going to be selling you some vinyl, hopefully lots of vinyl. I've got actually a crate of new arrivals to show you, and I have a crate of on-sale new vinyl. I need to get that sorted right quick. And what else I got for you? Got some other stuff. Let me get this feed refreshed. There's tonight's sale. Let me share this to the group. Whole lot of records. And let's go groups. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull up my chat. Let everybody get on. Chat, chat, chat. Here's tonight's chat. There it is. And welcome everybody. So part 2, here's the Rolling Stones, here's Led Zeppelin. If you're on and watching, go ahead and say hi. Appreciate you for saying hi and join us for part 2. Let me go ahead and start working on sorting this new vinyl by price. Let's see. I'm thinking 29, 29, 29, and 29. I'm doing some sorting here. These will be special prices because they're box set. I do have a couple box sets in here. They're smaller box sets, but they are still box sets. 29, 29. I'm thinking that's a 19.99 or that one's a 19.99. Probably do those for 29.99 as well. 19.99 on that. 19.99 on that. Let's see. We'll do that. That's almost a special price too. That's an expensive record. $60 originally retail. We'll make those $29.99, $19.99. Let's see, we'll make that $29. We'll make that. We might only have one $24.99er. We'll see what happens here. We'll make that a $24.99er. See if we can find another one. No, there's a few more $24.99ers. So we're gonna have 3 $24.99ers. There's a $19.99er. We'll make that 24. Well, it needs to be 29, but I'll make it 24. And then we have that, which might be 19 as well. We'll see if we sell it or not. All right, so Tony Shore says, I'll take the Rammstein. So Tony, first sale of the night, that goes to you. That is Rammstein, self-titled. Thank you, Tony Shore. That's sale to you. Thanks, everybody, for hopping on. Go ahead and tag some friends. Tag your best friends. Say, hey, they're selling records. Do you know who these people are? They're the best in the country at selling records. That's Coletco. New vinyl, vintage vinyl. They have OG stuff. They have the 60s. They have the 50s. They have the 90s. Tony Shore, do you have any other Rammstein? I just have that one Rammstein, Tony Shore. That is $49.99. That's a 2LP with 6 art prints. I'm going to get more of those if anybody else wants one. We have a waiting list for one that we had Thursday night. No, for Wednesday night, we had a new one called another Rammstein. That's sold to Tony Shore, Tanner. We have a waiting list for another one. It looks like there's a baby on the cover. We have a waiting list going for that. I saw Downward Spiral. Downward Spiral, that's in that previous bin. That is, let's see here. David Crawford, that is $49.99. $49.99 for Downward Spiral. That was in this first bin of part 1. That was like a recap bin, but that's 2LP. We got those back in stock. They have the hype sticker, originally released in 1994. That is $49.99. So Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, is $33.99. Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, $33.99. Rush, 2112. Now Rush was a 200-gram 3LP 40th Anniversary Edition, $64.99. We had Dio Magica, $38.99. Soundgarden was $49. Slayer was $36.99. Dwight Yoakam, Blame the Vein, $29.99. Tool, Undertow, $33.99. Riot, Restless Breed is $28.99. Testament, Souls of Black, $44.99. U2, Octung Baby, $34.99. Rush, A Show of Hands, that is 200 gram, $39.99. Funkadelic, $31.99. We also got U2, $28. Ted Nugent, this is a 2LP blue vinyl. That's like an on-sale price at $28.99. We also have Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever, $38.99. And our last copy of Danger, Danger. So let's go straight into our on-sale new vinyl. I was able to, I didn't even pull anything older than the dates from earlier, but like I said, I did go ahead and acquire some records from our soundtrack bin and our other various record bins, and I got some on sale new vinyl for you. Well, I'll take $19.99 for the right and the last bin. I can't quite do that. That would be $10 off Alan Jonathan, but I would take $26.99 for it. $26.99 for that. Who asked about 9-inch nails? 9-inch nails, that is David Crawford. David, let me know if you want that for $49.99. Back in stock. Okay, so first is, this has been here not quite a year, but like I said, I'm staying ahead of the curve on our 1-year dates on the new vinyl. The first is Ozzy, patient number 9. I'm going to do $10 off on this, $44.99. So the cheapest I've sold one. This is it should be purple vinyl with the Todd McFarlane comic book. I don't know about the colored vinyl, but this is the box set that comes with the Todd McFarlane comic book. Ozzy, $10 off. That's patient number 9, $44.99. Now, this is a box set, and you literally have to, it's got a perforated strip. You literally have to rip it open. You literally have to rip it open to get to it, just FYI. But that's on sale, $10 off, $44.99 on that. Also, I've got this for $20 off, which is $39.99. $20 off on Eminem Curtain Call 2. Curtain Call 2 is Eminem's greatest hits. That's a 2LP, $29.99. So that's $20 off on that. Eminem Curtain Call, $29.99. Actually, that was supposed to be in front of this. I'll show those in just a second. But right now we have Pink Floyd Animals. That is the 2018 remix box set. On sale price is $74.99. That is $40 off. The original sticker is $114.99. That is Pink Floyd Animals. Limited edition 4-disc package with 32-page book. Contains the remix album on LP, CD, Blu-ray, and DVD. Blu-ray and DVD also contain new high-resolution stereo 5.1 mixes and the original 77 mix. So, Pink Floyd, $74.99. Ozzy was $44.99, and then to start our $29.99 stuff, there's Eminem again, Curtain Call 2. I got 2 copies of the Avatar soundtrack, music by James Horner. That's At the Movies, music on vinyl, Avatar, 6-page booklet. That is $29.99, which is $15 off. That is the Avatar soundtrack, $29.99, music on vinyl. Also $29.99, which would be $20 off, John Carpenter's Escape from New York. John Carpenter's Escape from New York. That is also $29.99. That says double LP on transparent blue-colored vinyl. Double LP on transparent blue-colored vinyl, $29.99 for John Carpenter's Escape from New York soundtrack. That's $29.99. Also, a James Bond soundtrack on sale. Yes, Casino Royale. At the Movies, music on vinyl, music composed by David Arnold, soundtrack to the 2006 James Bond movie, first time on vinyl, includes a movie poster. That is $29.99. No, it does not have the Chris Cornell song. That's only on his anthology on vinyl. Puff Daddy, No Way Out. That's on limited edition white vinyl. That's also $29.99. Ignore that sticker. That has nothing to do with his. This one has the hype sticker, 25th anniversary, multi-platinum vinyl, multi-platinum anniversary debut. 25th, that is $29.99. $29.99. So that was on sale. Like I said, that was originally $46.99. We've got those marked down to $29.99. And that hadn't been here a year. That was put out in November. So just FYI, we have both Puff Daddy So, Jeff and James. Those are $29.99, Tanner. That is Puff Daddy So to Jeff and James, $29.99 on that. Okay, now these next, still on $29.99. Wu-Tang Remedy. This was originally $46.99. Wu-Tang Remedy, that's $29.99. And we have Ben E. King's Greatest Hits. Ben E. King's Greatest Hits. That's from Friday Music, and that should be on red vinyl. That should be on red vinyl, $29.99. Jeff McMaster, first to Wu-Tang Remedy. Well, that's tough to say. $29.99. That's so to Jeff McMaster. That was $29. Also $29.99 is Ben E. King's Greatest Hits. Stand By Me. James Bragg, you were second to Woo. Next is Sherry Darnell on Ben E. King. Tanner, that was also $29.99. Champion Jack Dupree, Blues from the Gutter. Music on vinyl, limited to 750 on gold vinyl. 750 on gold vinyl. Champion Jack Dupree is $29.99. $29.99. I only have one. Also have only one Ornette Coleman, Change of the Century. Ornette Coleman is a limited edition 1000 on gold vinyl. That's also $29.99. Champion Jack Dupree and Ornette Coleman. And let's see here. Actually, Benny King was the last 29. I forgot I just transferred over to 24. So actually, let's take another $5 off. These three music on vinyl pressings, $24.99. So Champion Jack Dupree, Ornette Coleman, or the Jackson 5 ABC, those were supposed to be $24.99. Benny King was the last $29.99 record. Those three are $24. Now we're about to go to $19.99. So those three, any of those music on vinyl titles, Champion Jack Dupree, Ornette Coleman, or Jackson 5 ABC, those are $24.99. So now the $19.99 stuff. Chris Christopherson, Live at Gilley's, 1981. That's a New West Records independent retail exclusive colored vinyl, $19.99. We have Thomas Hujar wants Champion Jack Dupree. Tanner, that one was $24.99 to Thomas. Chris Christopherson is $19.99. Carlene's wants the Jackson 5. That's $24.99 to Carlene. Chris Christopherson was $19.99. McCartney 3 Imagined gold vinyl. McCartney 3 Imagined. That's the on-sale price for that is $19.99. Jennifer Lopez, This Is Me Then. Jennifer Lopez, originally $31.99. J-Lo is $19.99. Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. 20th anniversary picture disc. That's a picture disc for Britney. J-Lo and Britney, $19.99. And we have some Miley. Miley Cyrus, Younger Now. Miley is $19.99. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This is actually a new spoken word record. Why I Oppose the War in Vietnam. Black Forum. This is Martin Luther King. This is a Motown reissue. This originally came out in 1970. It was a Motown release. This is a 180-gram reissue. $19.99, originally $33.99. And then at $16.99 is Ringo Starr EP3. Those were originally $28.99. Ringo is, I think, his newest release, EP3. That is $16.99. Ringo Starr. That's a 10-inch for $16.99. All right, if you just joined us, that was a crate of on-sale new vinyl. I'm going to green sticker those and put them over here in the store and then probably do a flip video for the group tonight if nobody claims anything else in here, but I'm going to give you one more chance. First was Ozzy, Patient Number 9. That's his newest album. The box that comes with, it's a 2LP with the Todd McFarlane comic book. That's $10 off, $44.99. That has Mike McCready, Zach Wilde, Jeff Beck's on here, Tony Iommi, Eric Clapton. That's $44.99 for Ozzy, Patient Number 9. The Pink Floyd box set was $40 off at $74.99. That's Pink Floyd. It's more like a hardback book. It's more like a hardback book, and that's a 4-disc, 32-page, $74.99. Eminem Curtain Call 2. This was $29.99. Like I said, $30 off. Eminem, $29.99. That's Eminem Curtain Call Volume 2. We have the Avatar soundtrack. This was also $29.99. Avatar, music from the motion picture. James Horner. That's a 2LP music on vinyl. Avatar and another soundtrack, John Carpenter's Escape from New York. That's a 2LP. By the way, these aren't shrink wrap. They come new in a resealable baggie. This record has been manufactured without shrink wrap, is what the Obi says here. Blue vinyl, that's $29.99. Those were originally $50. Escape from New York, John Carpenter. That blue vinyl, 2LP. And then Casino Royale. Casino Royale is $29.99. That was originally $44.99. Casino Royale. Paul Brothers wants an Avatar soundtrack. That's $29.99 to Paul Brothers. And then $24.99, only one $24.99 music on vinyl title left. That was Ornette Coleman, Change of the Century. $24.99 for Ornette Coleman. $24.99 on that. Fred Carnell wants Escape from New York. That was $29.99. And then Paul Brothers wants the Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. That was $19.99, $10 off on that one. So here's what's left with the $19.99 stuff. Chris Christopherson, Live at Gilley's. McCartney 3, Imagined. Jennifer Lopez. Miley Cyrus. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And then this was $16.99. Ringo EP3. Ringo EP3, $16.99. If anybody has any questions or comments or anything on there, please let me know, because that's the final call on that. Now, we're going to take a vote, because I do have a crate, and I may go against your vote regardless. This is a dictatorship. However, I do have a crate of new vinyl that we've never shown. I can run through that very quickly. I'm probably going to do it for sure tomorrow when we first start the show. But if you're on now, you get a first look in case something sells out. There is some limited stuff in there. Or we can go straight into vintage half off. Track list on M&M. I'm just now seeing that. Track list on M&M. Maybe there's nothing too vulgar on here. Let's see here. Godzilla, Crack a Bottle, Walk on Water, Nat, Spacebound, Love the Way You Lie, Rap God, No Love, From the D to the LBC, River, Not Afraid, Venom, Lighter, Survival, Higher, The Monsters, Lucky You, This Is Love, Berserk, and Beautiful. That is $29.99. We have a vote for Never Shown New, Half Off, New, Half Off, New, Half Off, and another no on you. So y'all are heavily outvoted. We'll go through that new vinyl very quickly. Brandon Lack says he'll take M&M. That was $29.99, Tanner. So Ringo, MLK, Miley, J-Lo, McCartney, Chris Christopherson, Ornette Coleman, Casino Royale, Escape from New York, Avatar, Pink Floyd, and Ozzy. We'll go through that crate of new vinyl. Just a quick look, just so we can show it before we start showing it tomorrow night. That's the stuff we got ready during basically when the sale got started earlier. And underneath this is all the Soundgarden box sets. Boy, this is heavy. Underneath this is all the Soundgarden box sets, which we've already tagged, and then we'll do some half off. See how much we can show before midnight. We got 40 minutes. I'll start talking really fast. Some of this may be pre-sold already. If it is, I'll go ahead and pull it out, but I hadn't really checked pre-orders, but I have them all in my head. So we have, first, I know we have a pre-order or a wait list for this. I'll go ahead and set one aside. This is NSYNC, No Strings Attached, 20th anniversary, featuring all 12 original hits. Bye, bye, bye. It's going to be me. This, I promise you. NSYNC is $36.99. I know we had one person on a waiting list. Let me go ahead and pull that. This is the only way this album is available right now is on this picture disc. NSYNC is $36.99. Let me set that one off to the side. $36.99. I got a Depeche Mode we haven't had before, and they're only $29.99. Some Great Reward, Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward, $29.99. As always, nice gatefolds from Depeche Mode, $29.99. We have 5 of those in stock. And here is the OK Computer restock, which we've been waiting on. Radiohead OK Computer, 2 LP gatefold as well. $46.99 for Radiohead OK Computer. $46.99 on those. Radiohead OK Computer. Rancid, which I think is their newest release, $28.99 for Rancid. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. Rancid is $28.99 for Tomorrow Never Comes. Depeche Mode, we have more copies of Violator in stock. Violator is $28.99. That's also a gatefold single LP on that one. Guess what? More Depeche Mode. A Broken Frame. A Broken Frame is $29.99. So we have so far a Broken Frame, Violator, and Some Great Reward. Here's the other restock of one of the boy bands, Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys Millennium, $36.99 for the Backstreet Boys. We had NSYNC earlier. Guess what? More Depeche Mode. Construction Time Again. Construction Time Again is $29.99. And whatever we have here, we got several copies. We have Coulter Wall, Little Songs. Indie exclusive blue vinyl. Coulter Wall is indie exclusive blue vinyl, Little Songs, $31.99. The Breakfast Club soundtrack, $36.99. NSYNC self-titled, 25th anniversary, $31.99. Jackie Reynolds finally broke the silence. I was getting worried there too. Jackie Reynolds, the Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. Part 2, everybody gets really, really quiet on Part 2. That is $29.99. I usually have to at least put up an auction or do something to keep everybody very awake. I need to go over here and grab some dollar start auctions like the Rolling Stones Tattoo You, and let me pull this copy of More Creedence Gold. We're going to have to keep some auctions in the back. At least get the chat. I like seeing just pretty much solid activity in the chat. People buying records, people bidding on records. Let's do the Rolling Stones Tattoo You. Very clean copy. It has Near Mint Minus vinyl, the Rolling Stones Tattoo You. This is a $15 start. $15 start. This is the original inner sleeve. $15 start. And this has a very nice jacket as well. This is OG Rolling Stones Tattoo You. $15 start on that. And we have more Creedence Gold. Creedence is a compilation. The cover feels like it's got a little bit wet at some point. Maybe some light water damage. Nothing wrong with the vinyl. Has the original inner sleeve. That's a $15 start. So, Jackie has claimed Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. We stopped at NSYNC. We have Titanic, original motion picture soundtrack, 25th anniversary. 7,500 copies were pressed on smoke-colored vinyl. This does have the Celine Dion track, My Heart Will Go On, number 450 of 7,500, $44.99 on Titanic. Radiohead, Moon-Shaped Pool, $46.99. Radiohead, The King of Limbs, $31.99. Trippin' Daisy, I Am an Elastic Firecracker. Trippin' Daisy is $39.99. Music on vinyl, $39.99. Terrell Boatnight wants Titanic. That's so Terrell Boatnight. I've just recently rewatched that. Hendry also wants Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. I didn't see that. Hendry got a Depeche Mode, and so did Jackie. So those are both sold. Rolling Stones was $15.15. Rolling Stones $17.20. Terrell got a Titanic. Rolling Stones $18. Craig Thomas on Trip, and that was Trippin' Daisy. Ordered that just because we had all those Trippin' Daisy promotional items the other night, and I was like, I need to see what's in stock. That one was in stock, $39.99. That's so did Craig Thomas. Rolling Stones $22.25. Michael Naff's now at $35. Belinda Dobb wants Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. That's so to Jason and Belinda. Radiohead, Kid A. Kid A is $46.99. Radiohead, Amnesiac, $46.99. So Radiohead and Radiohead. Pulp Fiction soundtrack, $38.99. I know we had a waiting list for that. That's why I have two of them. I think the waiting list was James Bragg, maybe. I'll go ahead and set that aside. Pulp Fiction, $38.99. Neck Deep. We were selling some Neck Deep the other night out of the used bin. This is Life's Not Out to Get You. That's on blue vinyl. Neck Deep is new and sealed. Life's Not Out to Get You. That's $28.99. We also have Radiohead, The Bends, and Radiohead in Rainbow. So several Radioheads in stock all of a sudden. OK Computer in Rainbows. The Bends. Also Moonshaped Pool, Kid A, Amnesiac, King of the Limbs. We got a bunch of Moonshaped Pool. Those are all available. We had Rolling Stones is at $35. More Creedence Gold, like I said. It does. You can't see it, but you definitely can feel it. The cover has some water damage down here at the bottom. It feels like it got damp at one point. You can see the wrinkles, which is kind of, I always thought this was water. It looks like sun setting on water, but it's actually the grooves of a record. But kind of blends in there. That was a $15 start. Rolling Stones was at $35. Jason Dobb wants Kid A by Radiohead. And we had Ozzy with Motorhead, Hellraiser, and that was $16.99. Now, I know we had a waiting list for this. That's why I have several of them. I don't have that list in front of me, but I know there was a waiting list. But for sure, if you know you was on a waiting list and you want one of those, let me know. So, we have Hellraiser, Ozzy, and Motorhead. We had Radiohead in Rainbows, Radiohead The Bends, Neck Deep, Pulp Fiction, Radiohead Amnesiac, Radiohead King of the Limbs, Radiohead Moonshaped Pool, NSYNC, Breakfast Club, Coulter Wall, that's on the new blue vinyl indie exclusive, Depeche Mode, Construction Time, Millennium by the Backstreet Boys, Depeche Mode Broken Frame, Depeche Mode Violator, Rancid, OK Computer Radiohead, Depeche Mode Some Great Reward, and NSYNC No Strings Attached. Final call on the Rolling Stones at $35. Now, the moment that 1/10 of you have been waiting for. On sale vintage vinyl, which is half off. Let me go to the back and get some of that. Those are all available. That's what I'll probably start the show with tomorrow. Let me step back here and fill up a crate, which I can do very quickly and very easily. I've got a section I've been going through, half off vintage Alrighty, let's see what we have here. I was curating a bin. I was even picking and pulling some stuff for other areas as well. Angela Leckington wants Pulp Fiction. Breakfast Club was $36.99. Did the mic drop out? It didn't. That's what happens when I walk to the back. It doesn't have much of a range. Let's go ahead and pull Pulp Fiction. Breakfast Club was $36.99. Rolling Stones is sold to Michael Nath for $35. Who wants more Creedence Gold for just $15? Hey Tonight, Run Through the Jungle, Fortunate Sign, Looking Out My Back Door, Sweet Hitchhiker. That is only a $15 buy. Now, like I said, light dampness cover damage on that. David Bosworth said he'll take the Breakfast Club. Been selling a bunch of those lately. Been ordering them 1, 2 at a time. Selling them here and there. That's sold to David Bosworth. $15 buy it now on More Creedence Gold. Great track listing on that one. All right, so here's how half off works. I'm going to show you the title, tell you the price. It is a 50% off. We do this on sometimes fairly new stuff. We do it sometimes on usually stuff that's approaching 1 year old or 10 years. I hope there's nothing 10 years old. 10 months, 8 months, somewhere where we've shown it and it's time to move it on. Right, Tanner? It's time to move it on. All right. We have Eric Gale. This is called Ginseng Woman. Eric Gale. $7.50. We'll be getting more Harry Potter. That's a good question. I went to add Thomas Bowman on that waiting list, and they were back ordered, but I think I've already ordered them. So they're either going to be here Monday or they're back ordered. Brent Robley on Eric Gale. That's $7.50. Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul, a 69 Monarch OG. $17.50 for Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul. $17.50. By the way, if anybody wants Creedence Gold for $15, that would be more than half off on that. If just so you know, if anybody still wants that for $15. Isaac was $17.50. Arlo Guthrie, this is Washington County. It also has the photo insert with it. That is $7.50. Arlo Guthrie, Washington County, $7.50. Richie Haven, Stonehenge, $7.50 on Richie Haven, Stonehenge, $7.50 on that. If I don't say the condition, then it's EX plus Denierment minus. So far, these are all very nice. Climax Blues Band, FM Live, 1973 PRC press, $7.50. And that's a 2LP on Sire, very clean. John Smetzer, I will add you to the Harry Potter waiting list. Yes. $7.50 on Climax Blues Band. Charlie Lines. Charlie is also $7.50. And Boomer Story, that's by Rye Cooter, half off price, just $10. On Reprise has the original inner sleeve, $10 on that. Robert Johnson, first to Climax Blues Band. Kelly Cook was second. Gondrahara, Beaver and Crowls, that half off price is $10. Brent Robley, first on Rye Cooter. That's sold to Brent Robley. We have The Birds. The Birds is $12.50. Looks like it has a small saw mark right there. The Birds is $12.50. Gatefold very clean with the original inner sleeve. Guilty, that's Jimmy Witherspoon and Eric Burden. That is $11.50. Guilty, Jimmy Witherspoon and Eric Burden, $11.50. Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. Mick Jagger is $8.50. This has the original inner sleeve with it. Mick Jagger is $8.50. Gladys Knight and the Pips, All I Need Is Time. That's one I don't see too often in their discography. It's on the Soul label, $7.50. John Miller on Guilty. That was the Jimmy Witherspoon and Eric Burden. Looks like Robert Johnson was second for that. And Grace Slick was $10 after the half off. Grace Slick, and this one's called Manhole. That is $10 after the half off. Yes, CCR, no condition notes. Actually, yes, it's EX. It was EX, and like I said, very nice. Just $15 on CCR Gold. Brian Miller. The Doors, this should be an instant seller. Absolutely Live is $17.50. The Doors Absolutely Live, $17.50. 2LP. It does have some tape along the spine. That is $17.50 for The Doors Absolutely Live, and that is sold to Michael Nath. Dr. John, this is called Destitutively Bonnaroo. Is that what that says? Destitutively Bonnaroo. 1974 UK, also $17.50. Has a foil cover. That's an odd looking Atlantic label. Made in the UK. Has a die cut corner or a cut corner. Foil cover, $17.50 on Dr. John. Is that another gray slick, or did they fall over? I think that's the same one. Eddie Kendricks, vintage 78. Eddie Kendricks is $7.50. Ronnie Law's Fever, $7.50 for Ronnie Law's Fever, and that is on Blue Note. Ronnie Law's is $7.50. Hayes, price and condition. Hayes, Hayes, Hayes. Hayes, I think you mean Havens maybe. Brent Robley said Eddie Kendricks, and he said never mind. Robert Johnson on Robert Laws. Did you mean Richie Havens or Isaac Hayes? Isaac Hayes is Isaac Hayes, $17.50. Near Mint, Enterprise label, $17.50 on that. Robert Johnson got RL. Kiki D Patterns. Kiki D has audition copy on the side. $15 buy it now. Original Liberty, half off price is $15. Fred Carnell says he'll take the Isaac Hayes. Breakthrough, the new Connie 6. This should not be in the half off bin, but take advantage if you're interested. This is the new Connie 6 Breakthrough. Half off price would make this 67. Let me do my math very quickly in my head. $62.50. $62.50. This is a 66 US mono, and we have side 2 looks bad but plays great. This is the new Colony 6, $62.50. Side 2 looks bad but plays great, I think was a note that Paul made on it. That is true. I see some scuffing. Side 1 looks very nice. That's the new Colony 6 Breakthrough. I'm going to put that right over there. I think Paul Brothers wants the CCR for $15. I'm assuming that Brian Miller said I'll take it. I missed that earlier. Brian Miller got the CCR for $15. I'm putting that right on top of the Isaac Hayes there. And Paul, that's already sold. Sorry, Paul and Brian, I'm sorry I missed that earlier, but that's sold for you for $15. The Eagles' greatest hits. If you don't have it already, these usually don't end up in the half-off bin. $17.50. The Dead Wax says, Happy New Year, Glenn. $17.50 for the Eagles. That is their greatest hits. Very nice embossed cover. Neil Diamond's greatest hits. This is on Bang, and it's in shrink wrap. $7.50 on Neil Diamond's greatest hits. $7.50 on that. In shrink wrap, Neil Diamond's greatest hits. And the Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line. The Doobie Brothers is $7.50. The Drifters Golden Hits, $15. Drifters Golden Hits, that's an earlier Atlantic label. We had a sealed club copy earlier tonight. Thomas Bowman first on Neil Diamond. We have Emerson, Lake and Palmer, $10 after the half off. This is their self-titled album, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That is $10 after the discount. Ian Matthews, Hit and Run. Ian Matthews is $5. Kelly Cook is going to get the Eagles' greatest hits. Can't go wrong there. That's sold to Kelly Cook. Jerry Butler, Ice on Ice. That's a white label promo. Jerry Butler is $10. That's a Mercury white label promo, $10. Ian Thomas, Band, $7.50 price on the Drifters. That would be $15. $15 on the Drifters Golden Hits. John Duran. Neil Young, Live Rust, with Hype sticker. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. It also has a gold stamp promo, just $20. I repeat, just $20 on Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. There's been way too much Clapton in the half-off bins lately. Here's 461 Ocean Boulevard, just $17.50. Just $17.50 on Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. That's $17.50. And Gary U.S. Bonds, Dedication. That's $5. John Smetzer is going to take the Eric Clapton. That's sold to John Smetzer. Andrew Gold, Whirlwind. $5 on Andrew Gold, Whirlwind. And Gladys Knight and the Pips, Silk and Soul. Silk and Soul, that's $5 on Gladys Knight and the Pips. $5 on that. Art Garfunkel, Late for Breakfast. Art Garfunkel is $5. Late for Breakfast, $5 on that. And I Remember Russ, Jerry Vale. That's a deep groove mono. $5 on I Remember Russ, Jerry Vale. $5 on that. Tommy Flowers wants Art Garfunkel. That's sold to Chasin' Hart, a.k.a. Tommy Flowers. Leroy Van Dyke, Country Hits. Leroy Van Dyke is a 66 mono white label promo. That was $7.50. Peter, Paul, and Mary. $6 on Peter, Paul, and Mary. That's on the Gold Warner Brothers label in stereo. $6. He said AG is Andrew Gold, not Art Garfunkel. Andrew Gold sold to Tommy and not Art Garfunkel. Got it fixed. Thank you. The Jolson Story, Memories. The Jolson Story, $5 after the discount on that one. So if anybody wants Art Garfunkel, it's still available for $5. Babe Ruth is $8.50 for Babe Ruth. $8.50 on that. And the Everly Brothers, it's the Everly Brothers. This is pressed. This is a Belgian pressing. $8.50 on that. Jedit wants Gladys Knight. I think it was this one here that had the jukebox on the front. That is Gladys Knight, and that's Silk and Soul. That's sold to Jedit. Jim Hickson wants the Babe Ruth LP. That's sold to Jim Hickson. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, let's go. Nitty Gritty is $7.50 for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. And Warren Zevon, Sentimentally Hygiene, $17.50 on Warren Zevon. That has the original inner sleeve and near mint minus vinyl. Warren Zevon is $17.50. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. Bad Company is just $10 USD. $10 on Bad Company. And Psychedelic Lollipop by Blues Magoos. This cover does have some seam splits. It's now just $17.50 for Psychedelic Lollipop. Very clean vinyl. Very clean vinyl on that. Tony Shore first to Warren Zevon. Thomas Hujar, you were second. The Monkeys Headquarters, that's a VG plus $5 on the Monkeys Headquarters. Linda Ronstadt, Simple Dreams, no condition notes on that. Just $5 on Linda. The Gene Pitney Story is $7.50 on Gene Pitney. And Moody Blues Caught Live plus $5. Moody Blues, just $10 after the discount on the Moody Blues. Arlo Guthrie, Power of Love. Arlo Guthrie is $10 on that. We have Carole King, Touch the Sky. $7.50 on Carole King, Touch the Sky. $7.50 for that one. Nick Lowe, Nick the Knife. Nick Lowe is EX Condition. $7.50 for Nick Lowe. Also, Michael Ruff, Once in a Lifetime. Michael Ruff is EX Condition, $6. Shout It. Shout It Out, BT Express. White Label Promo, EX Condition, $10 on that. White Label, BT Express, Shout, $10. 3 people on Nick Lowe. Tony Shore was first. Then Brent Robley, then Thomas Hujar. Tony Shore was first on that. Bad Boy, Girl on the Run. Bad Boy is $15 after the 50% off. And the Association Vintage. This is actually a rare 1983 U.S. comp. The half-off price is $20. Vintage Association, established 1965, in shrink wrap. That's $20 after the half-off. Association compilation. John Denver, It's About Time. John Denver is $8.50. So what I'm going to do is read through these titles one more time. They're all 50% off. I've got a crate over here that we've been pulling Buy It Now Best Offer stuff, or we've been pulling auction stuff out for all night. We may go through that one and do Buy It Now Best Offer. And I'm going to take a drink of water first. It's loaded with caffeine. Caffeinated water. Very good for you. John Duran says he'll take the Drifters. That's so to John Duran. Let me read the titles that's left in here. If you need any prices, let me know. Some of them I may go ahead and call the price out to you. If you want them, go ahead and claim them. We've sold about half of that crate. I'd like to see the other half that's still left. That would be fantastic. Arlo Guthrie, Washington County. That was $7.50, and it includes the photo insert. Let me show you what that looks like if you've never seen it. Includes a photo insert. That's $7.50. Arlo Guthrie, Washington County. We also have Richie Haven, Stonehenge. Charlie Lines, Gandrahara, Beaver and Krause. The Birds, self-titled. Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. Gladys Knight and the Pips. Dr. John is still available. Eddie Kendricks, we had Grace Slick, Manhole. Kiki D, Patterns. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, self-titled. Ian Matthews, Hit and Run. Jerry Butler, Ice on Ice. Ian Thomas Band. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. Still available for $20. Excellent live Neil Young. That may be the biggest surprise so far. Gary U.S. Bonds, I Remember Russ, Jerry Vale. We have Leroy Van Dyke, Country Hits. Peter, Paul and Mary. The Jolson Story, Art Garfunkel, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and the Everly Brothers. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds was just $10. And Psychedelic Lollipop, Blues Magoos. We have Art Garfunkel, sold to Thomas Bowman. I Need a Motley Crue for my daughter, if you have one. Which album? I think I've got all of them in stock right now. Which album are you looking for, Carlene? I can hook you up on that. The Monkeys Headquarters, Linda Ronstadt, Gene Pitney, Moody Blues. We have Arlo Guthrie, Carole King, Michael Ruff, BT Express, Bad Boy, The Association. Should have been one each of all of them over there, except for maybe Dr. Feelgood. I don't think I have Dr. Feelgood. Tracks on Monkeys. Let's see. The hits are Shades of Grey and probably, let's see. Well, that's the only one I really know. I'll read them off to you, though. You Told Me, I'll Spend My Life With You, Forget That Girl, Band 6. I'm looking for the stuff that's normally on their greatest hits album. You Just May Be the One, that's on some of their hits albums, compilations. Shades of Grey for sure usually is, even though it's a slower song, not one of my favorites. I Can't Get Her Off My Mind, For Pete's Sake, Mr. Webster, Sunny Girlfriend, Zilch, No Time, Early Morning Blues and Greens, and Randy Scouse, Get. Now, there is a cover variant of this one, evidently, where some of them have beards. Very unusual to see the Monkees with beards, right? But evidently, there's a back cover variant of this where there's photos of them with beards, which I've never found before. $5 on that. That's a VG plus $5. Emerson, Lake and Palmer was $10. Tawana, $10 on that one. Patty K wants the Neil Young at half off. That was just $20. Probably the latest one. Latest one. Well, that might be, how about I give you one that has probably the biggest, well, they all have hits on them. This says Home Sweet Home and Smoking in the Boys' Room. This has Wild Side, Girls, 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 and You're All I Need. Shout at the Devil, Too Young to Fall in Love, Looks to Kill, and then their first album I think is probably the best, but it don't really probably have too many Motley Crue hits on it. I don't know if the latest one will be, I guess technically the latest one would be the Theater of Pain. And if we had Dr. Feelgood, it'd be that one. You're making this tough on me. I prefer you just to say, I'll take Theater of Pain, and then I'll sell it to you. Tawana said she'll take Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And Monkeys is still available for $5 if anybody wants that. Okay. Girls was After Pain. Wow. Yes, that is. This is 87, isn't it? This is 80, or was 87. This is an anniversary issue. The red one. This is $33.99. $33.99 for Theater of Pain. This one's always a little pricier one. This one's always a little bit more pricier because it came out a little bit later. I don't think I have Dr. Feelgood in stock. I probably need to see if I can grab some of those because that album is not cheap when you find OGs of it nowadays. Sherry Darnell says she'll take the Arlo Guthrie. All right. Let's see what we have over here. I think, like I said, this crate over here that I've been pulling auctions out of has some really good stuff. What I was going to do with this one is just do Buy It Now Best Offer. I've pulled out several things and we've started them at low auction. So as I go through this crate, don't hesitate to make offers on stuff because we've pulled out a lot of records in here and we've auctioned off a lot of them, but there's still some great titles. And if I'm pulling stuff out of here and doing low start auctions, that means I'm going to be highly negotiable. These are pretty recent records, so I'm willing to do Buy It Now Best Offer. If anybody needs any more Motley Crue, I've got them. I've got another copy of Theater of Pain. And if anybody wants on a waiting list for Dr. Feelgood, I'm probably going to try to order more of those. But thank you, Carlene. And let's do Buy It Now Best Offer on this crate here. So if you want anything in here, you can buy it now or you can make an offer. And it is Friday night at 1:45 midnight, so we are highly up for offers. The Temptations, Cloud 9, that's a VG copy for $9.99. The Temptations, Cloud 9, VG $9.99. Leon Russell, Will-O the Wisp, that's a VG copy for $9.99. The Temptations and Leon, they're both VG copies. There's another copy of the Monkees Headquarters. This one's in shrink wrap. Even though it has writing, it's on the shrink wrap. That's also a VG copy, $9.99. Most of the Monkees albums we get are in VG condition. It's really hard to find nice, clean, mint Monkees records. Those were treated like Beatles records were. This is usually not left behind. Alice Cooper, Muscle of Love. And I can confirm that this has a stain. That stain was part of the box because I saw where one was up for auction and it was sealed and it had the stain. VG Plus on the vinyl, $39.99. VG Plus on the vinyl. This is Alice Cooper, Muscle of Love, and that's how it came, was in this box. VG Plus condition, $39.99. Link Ray and the Raymen, that is a VG copy for $74.99. This is Link Ray and the Raymen. VG on that earlier yellow Epic label, $74.99. Link Ray and the Raymen. Al Cooper, I Stand Alone. This is a VG Plus $14.99. Al Cooper, I Stand Alone, VG Plus $14.99 for Al Cooper. Thomas Hujar wants the Link Ray. He says, never mind. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Maverick, VG Plus $14.99. George Thorogood and the Mavericks, that's VG Plus $14.99. Queen, Sheer Heart Attack, VG Plus on Queen, $29.99. This does have the insert with it. VG Plus $29.99. Thomas, I would love to sell you Link Ray if you want to make a fair, very fair offer on that. I will consider what your offer is. Queen, $23. Sold to Mel Webster for $23. Jackson 5, Skyrider. That's VG Plus $17.99 for Jackson 5, Skyrider. The Kinks, Greatest Hits. VG Plus $24.99. It's a tricolor steamboat label. It has a stereo sticker on it. It is a tricolor steamboat. That's a nice jacket. VG Plus vinyl, tricolor. That is $24.99 on the Kinks. Sell that to Mel Webster for $19. He gets Queen for $23. He gets the Kinks for $19. Arlo Guthrie, Last of the Brooklyn Cowboys. Another Arlo. That's VG Plus $14.99. Tanya Tucker, TNT. VG Plus condition, $9.99 on Tanya Tucker, TNT. The original Telstar, The Sounds of the Tornadoes, VG Plus $29.99. The original Telstar, The Sounds of the Tornadoes, VG Plus $29.99 on that. Shaved Fish, John Lennon. This is a John Lennon compilation, VG Plus $17.99. Darren Gamble said he'd give $24 for the Kinks. Let me find that in here. That is, I just had it. Where are you, Kinks? Oh, that was already sold. Never mind. Mail off for $19. Darren said $24. Darren, I had already sold that for $19. I thought that was still in the bin. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. VG Plus condition, $24.99 on ELP. The Beatles, 62 to 66. VG condition, $19.99. This has the blue labels on the red album. VG condition, $19.99. I think they did a lot of them like that. VG, $19.99 on the Beatles, 62 to 66. The Doors. The Doors is EX, $32.99. EX condition on the Doors self-titled. That's a red label reissue. Very clean, though, as an EX, $32.99. Kelly Cook is saying 17 on Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That was Brain Salad Surgery. Go ahead and sell that to Kelly. Actually, Kelly, is there another Emerson, Lake and Palmer? Because I had that one marked for $14.99. You're offering more. I will definitely take more, but this is VG Plus $14.99 if you want that. Now, Michael, you were first to the Beatles, but we have somebody claiming it at sticker price, and I would be shooting myself in the foot for $5 if I didn't sell it to you for $19.99. So you can have it for $19.99. If not, it's sold to Robert Johnson, and that would be sticker on the Beatles. To Michael, if he passes, then Robert, and Kelly said sold on Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and that was VG Plus $14.99. Michael passed it at 19, so sell that to Robert for $19.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer sold to Kelly also for sticker, and the Doors was EX condition, $32.99. Come on, baby, light my fire. Botman Turner Overdrive, Head On. Botman Turner Overdrive is a VG Plus condition, $9.99. Derek and the Dominoes in Concert, VG Plus $24.99. Derek and the Dominoes in Concert, VG Plus $24.99. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want. The Kinks is EX condition, $12.99. And Arlo Guthrie, another one, Washington County, and it has the photo insert with lyrics on the back, VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99 on Arlo Guthrie. Eternal Elvis, 20 never before released Elvis songs on red vinyl, VG Plus condition $49.99. VG Plus condition $49. That's Eternal Elvis limited edition. VG Plus $49.99. Pure Prairie League Busting Out. Pure Prairie League is $24.99. That has Amy on it. $24.99. That whole B-side is actually really nice and smooth. Exile, Mixed Emotions. Exile has a gold stamp promo on the front. $9.99 for Exile. The Bing Crosby Collection. Bing Crosby is $9.99. It's on TV International. 22 Bing Crosby songs. $9.99. Bob Dylan, John Wesley Harding. $34.99 on Dylan. It has a not for sale sticker on the back. Let's see what the contents look like. It's on the, this jacket's very tight. It's on a repress label, $34.99. That's Bob Dylan, John Wesley Harding. Mark Lent said he'd give 19 for Pure Prairie League. That's sold to Mark Lent, 19 on Pure Prairie League. And Dean Martin, Young and Foolish. Dean Martin is $9.99. And Mark Gamble, I see that you offered 20 for a Kinks LP. The problem is the one you wanted earlier has already sold. Somebody bought it before you did. And then there is another Kinks album in here, but it was only $12.99. So if you want that, it's $12.99. You're offering more than what I had stickered. But if you wanted that other one, it's already sold. Somebody already got it. Rycooter Jazz. Rycooter is $16.99 for Rycooter Jazz. Bob Dylan Inside the Museums. This is a bootleg of Bob Dylan, $44.99. Bob Dylan Inside the Museums, a bootleg unofficial, probably from the late 60s, early 70s, I'm going to guess. Maybe later, but it looks like that era, $44.99. If you're just joining us, we're in a bin of really good records. I don't know when these were shown originally, maybe about a month ago. We're doing Buy It Now Best Offer. Buy It Now Best Offer. You can buy them now or you can make a best offer. There's some really good titles in here. Country's Greatest Hits. This is a 20-track compilation from Columbia in shrink wrap, $24.99. And it's on that original Columbia 2i label, $24.99. Marty Robbins. I've seen Johnny Cash. Bing Crosby's All-Time Hit Parade. That's also $9.99. And Naz. That's a Rhino reissue, but it is on colored red vinyl. Naz. That's a Rhino reissue, $24.99. No condition notes on the vinyl. The Beatles Christmas album. It is a bootleg. It is a bootleg unofficial, $64.99 on the Beatles Christmas album, $64.99. A little bit of clouding, too, on the vinyl. I've had a lot of bootlegs of that. I've yet to find an original. $64.99 on the Beatles Christmas album. And the Best of Arlo Guthrie. The Best of Arlo Guthrie, $19.99. Brenda Lee, LA Sessions. Brenda Lee is $9.99. LA Sessions, $9.99. And the Beatles for Sale, that's a stereo remaster of the Beatles for Sale, $34.99. Is the blue insert Bob Dylan bottle glued? Let's see here. This here, the Bob Dylan boot, this is not glued. Nope, it's a loose insert. It looks like it's numbered maybe down here at the bottom. It says 166. Southside Johnny is $9.99. This time it's for real. Southside Johnny, $9.99. Dave Edmonds, Twangin'. Dave Edmonds is $14.99 for Twangin'. It's a gold stamp promo on the back. This is $14.99, Dave Edmonds. Mike Langford said he will take the Dylan boot. That's sold to Mike Langford. We also have Gene Autry's Golden Hits. The Cowboy in shrink wrap, $9.99. The Crew Cut Sing, $9.99 for the Crew Cuts. And Porter Wagner, Blue Moon of Kentucky. Where's Brandon Sanders at? $14.99. 2LP Camden, $14.99. This is the Platters Reflections. The Platters, $9.99. Louis Keelan or Lewis Collin. Not for sure. That's $19.99. That's Old Songs, Old Friends. John Lennon, Rock and Roll. $24.99 for John Lennon, Rock and Roll. That looks like a UK pressing. It is. UK on Apple. Very nice copy, too. $24.99 on John Lennon, Rock and Roll. Jonathan Butler. Jonathan Butler is $14.99. That's from 1987. 2LP gatefold. Blue Cheer. A VG copy, $34.99. That one was called Outside. What's this one? Outside Inside. Blue Cheer. VG copy, $34.99. Pete Seeger, Circles and Seasons. Pete Seeger is $9.99. Rocky Horror Picture Show Picture Disc, an original. That is $39.99. Rocky Horror Picture Show Picture Disc, the original, $39.99. CTI Summer Jazz at the Hollywood Bowl, Live 2, VG Plus, $14.99. This has artists such as Hubert Laws, Grover Washington, Stanley Turrentine, Joe Farrell, Jack DeJohnette, Ron Carter. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas, King and Queen. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas. That's a 67 mono, VG Plus condition, $39.99. Otis and Carla. Now, I'm not done with this crate, but I want to let everybody know to wake you up here as we go through this crate on a late Friday night. Please, if you see something you're interested in, don't hesitate to make an offer. I don't think I've not reached a deal on anybody on anything in the crate so far. The Mike Curb Congregation sing their hits from the Glenn Campbell Show. VG Plus, $9.99. The Mike Curb Congregation. The Buddy Holly, or Buddy Holly, the Nashville Sessions. That's a UK copy, $24.99. Country Casanova, Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, $19.99. The Greatest of Nat King Cole, Volume 1, $19.99 on The Greatest of Nat King Cole. A Curious Feeling, Tony Banks, that is $19.99. Curious Feeling, Tony Banks. Priced on shaved fish. That was the John Lennon comp right back here. John Lennon, the vinyl is VG Plus male and about a VG Plus cover, $17.99. $17.99. All right, I'm going to run through the titles just one more time. Fred wants to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show picture disc. You sure can. That is right here. Sell this to Mel Webster for $14. This being John Lennon shaved fish and Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it comes in like a die-cut open sleeve. There's the actual picture disc. There's side 2. There's side 1. It comes in the sleeve. It's limited edition, it says. It's numbered up here at the top. There's the back of the jacket. And that is $39.99. Rocky Horror Picture Show, Fred Carnell. Seth is leaving. Oh, but it's midnight on the dot, of course. He clocks in and out like he's working at a coal mine. Midnight, it's time for him to leave. I know it. Yeah, I like that actually. I kind of like that. Okay. Let's see here. Craig Johnson wants Radiohead Kid A. That was out of the last bin of new vinyl. I think we sold the only copy of that, Craig. If you want on a waiting list, we can have that next week because I'm definitely going to order at least one more. I'll order 2 if you want one. Seth just walked out the door, but that's... I can show that. He may want it. CTI, $9.99. Let's go ahead and sell that for $9.99. CTI Summer Jazz. Fred, $29 for the picture disc. I had that marked $39. I will sell that to you for $33, Fred. I'm going to go ahead and lay it over here. How could you say no? $33. Now, I do have this, Craig, which is Kid A Amnesia, which I think it's a 2-in-1. It's Kid A Amnesia. I think it's Kid A and Amnesiac. It's like a 2-in-1 deal, and that is $69.99. $69.99. That's Kid A and Amnesiac. But if you want just the Kid A, we'll have those here probably on Tuesday next week. Seth turns into a pumpkin. I'm telling you what, he works here 3 or 4 nights a week. This guy is on a schedule. He leaves, he'll be asleep at 1 a.m. I guarantee it. By the time he gets home, he is on this rigorous schedule like no other person I've ever met. It's incredible. Craig says he'll take the double, so sell that to Craig. That is $69.99 for the Kid A, and I think that's what that is. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So, another job. He has nothing to do tomorrow. He has nothing to do tomorrow, but it's, I don't know. That's Seth. That's Seth for you. Okay, let me read the titles through this one more time. Cloud 9, The Temptations. We have the Monkees Headquarters, Leon Russell, Alice Cooper, Link Ray and the Ray Men, Al Cooper, George Thorogood, Jackson 5, Arlo Guthrie, Tanya Tucker, the Telstar, The Doors, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Derek and the Dominoes, Arlo Guthrie, Elvis Bootleg, Exile. We have Bing Crosby, Bob Dylan, not Job Dylan, Bob Dylan, Dean Martin, The Kinks, Ry Cooder, Country's Greatest Hits, Bing Crosby, Nas, The Beatles, Arlo Guthrie, Brenda Lee, The Beatles, Southside Johnny, Dave Edmonds, Gene Autry, The Crew Cuts, Porter Wagner, The Platters, Louis Killen, John Lennon, Jonathan Butler, Blue Cheer, Pete Seeger, Mike Curb, Otis Redding, Carla Thomas, Country Casanova, Buddy Holly, Nat King Cole, and Tony Banks. I'm not saying I don't like schedules and times, but I just don't like being on a schedule. Seth is the exact opposite. He knows what he's doing literally every minute of the day. He writes it down. I'm like, I just get the day started and see what happens. That's what I do. All right, before I go through this crate, make sure we hadn't been through it. Let me see what's going on here. Let me take it off camera for a second so y'all don't get any quick peeks. And I'll decide if I want to do it half off or buy it now best offer. We may do it buy it now best offer. And then maybe what's left another night, we may do it. Let's see here. Pretty interesting stuff in here. I don't know if I want to go through this one or not. I see some titles. I see some titles that would definitely sell. Let me see what else is over here. I think this was the other crate we were pulling auctions out of, but I think we've been through it recently. I see Harry Nilsson. What's down here? We could go through this one I've got up here. We could go through this one. Let's go through it. We won't know what's in it till we go through it. All right. Jackie Reynolds says Cloud9 Temptation, $7. I will sell that to you. Jackie Reynolds, $7 on that. Not saying I wander aimlessly through life, but I just don't like knowing I'm on the clock for something. Okay, we have. Otherwise, these shows would be very much different because they would actually be planned. These shows are not planned. I just go live and start showing you stuff. These are buy it now best offer. I'm going to go. We would normally stop because of the time, but it is Friday night, and I didn't start part 2 to 11, and also I threw a crate of new vinyl at you that was unexpected. So I'll make up for it with one more additional bin. Don't hesitate to make offers. I promise I will make you some deals. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Change, or is that Chance? That is Chance. VG Plus $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Trilogy. I'm sure it seems like we have one almost every night, JJ, but I haven't seen one lately. I'm sure one may pop up, but I haven't seen one lately. I can't go straight to one. Manfred Mann, that is Chance. I've never seen that one. This might be a crate Paul went through last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago when I wasn't here, because some of these I may have not seen before. Tom T. Hall, We All Got Together, VG Plus, $9.99. You'll see a lot of Tom T. Hall country LPs, at least here. Spanking Our Gang, this is called Change. So we had Manfred Mann, Chance. This is Spanking Our Gang, Change. That is a white label promo. VG Plus, $9.99. Spanky and Our Gang. Roger Daughtry, Parting Should Be Painless. Roger Daughtry is EX, $12.99. La Belle Chameleon. La Belle is a white label promo. VG Plus, $14.99. How do you say her last name? Chameleon, maybe. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Traffic, Low Spark of High Heeled Boys. It does have a die-cut cover. VG Plus condition, $14.99. The Guess Who, Power in the Music. The Guess Who is a VG Plus, $14.99. Neil Diamond, Double Gold. VG Plus, $14.99. Another Neil Diamond compilation. That's Double Gold on the Bang label. VG Plus, $14.99. Sonny and Cher, Look at Us. Sonny and Cher is VG Plus, $9.99 for Sonny and Cher. Look at Us, VG Plus, $9.99. Deep Purple, When We Rock, and When We Roll, We Roll. That's a compilation, VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99. Marty Robbins, This Much a Man. Marty Robbins is EX, $14.99. Hank Snow's Country Guitar, EX, $11.99. I wonder what year that's from. That looks awfully early on RCA. 1957. 1957, Hank Snow's Country Guitar, EX, $11.99. Collections, The Young Rascals, including their big new hit, Lonely, I've Been Lonely Too Long. Lonely Too Long, excuse me. 67 US Stereo, VG Plus, $12.99. We have Jamming with Edward, Nicky Hopkins, Ry Cooder, Mick Jagger, Bill Wyman, and Charlie Watts. VG, $12.99. That's Jamming with Edward, the Rolling Stones essentially. Loud and Wainwright the Third, Album 3, that's EX, $12.99. Loud and Wainwright, Album 3, that's EX, $12.99. And Another Story, Ernest Tubb, EX, $12.99. The Rolling Stones 24, is that something from the last bin? The Rolling Stones, Darren Gamble. I think he's been trying to buy something for 2 hours now. I don't remember a Rolling Stones album in the last bin. Is there a Rolling Stones album in here? I don't think there is. Or is there? We're about to find out. We had the Doors and Tanya and Jackson. There was no Rolling Stones. I was making sure I saw that earlier, and I didn't say anything because I didn't think we had a Rolling Stones. We don't have a Rolling Stones. Brenda Lee is a 1960 Pitneyville press, VG Plus condition, $34.99. This is Into the Woods, a new musical, Bernadette Peters, EX, $49.99. This is from 1988. It's a U.S. pressing with the book, $49.99. Bernadette Peters, 2LP, $49.99. Sunday in the Park with George, another musical. This is VG Plus, $26.99. That's a 1984 U.S. pressing with book, $26.99. Romance on the Range, song sung by Patti Page. That also looks early. It is 1955 mono. 1955 mono, VG Plus, $19.99. Black Mercury label. Wow. Patti Page, VG Plus, $19.99. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Harold Allen Songbook, Volume 2. VG Plus, $16.99. This is a 62 mono. Odd label misprint, says side 3 and side 4. Mark on side 1 will not affect play. So VG Plus, $16.99. He's saying this is supposed to say side 1, and they say side 3 and side 4, and this was not a 2LP. VG Plus, $16.99. Neil Young, wow, in the bin. VG Plus, $19.99. Neil Young, 1975 Terre Haute, VG Plus condition, $19.99. Hank Williams, Wait for the Light to Shine. That's a 1960 mono, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Hank Williams, Wait for the Light to Shine. VG Plus, $14.99. That is a 60 mono. Ludwig van Beethoven and all this other stuff. It's a white label promo. Beethoven, EX, $19.99. Beethoven, EX, $19.99. Beethoven, for those always looking for classical, there's your hookup. And then here's some of your classic soft rock. James Taylor. First track is Your Smiling Face. VG Plus, $14.99 on James Taylor. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps. EX, $31.99. Crazy Horse, Neil Young with the insert, EX, $31.99. Van Morrison, Wavelength, VG Plus, $22.99. It also has the original inner sleeve, Van Morrison, VG Plus, $22.99. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, Bossa Nova USA, 63 mono Pittman, VG Plus, $19.99. Dave Brubeck, Bossa Nova USA, Columbia 2i, VG Plus, $19.99. The Great American Singing Cowboys, Rex Allen, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, and others. That's VG Plus condition, $9.99. Remember How Great, Volume 2. That's VG Plus, $9.99. Motown, that's a 12-inch single from Rick James, Garden of Love. That's a 1980 white label promo, VG Plus, $19.99. And Wynton Marsalis, Think of One. Wynton is EX, $12.99. Wynton Marsalis, Think of Love, EX, $12.99. Journey Through the Past, original soundtrack, a film by Neil Young, VG Plus condition on that, $24.99. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, VG Plus condition, $26.99 for Dylan. Blood on the Tracks, Tangled Up in Blue, VG Plus, $26.99. We have, this is EX, $34.99. This is Let's Go Wild, Suspensions. I can't read what that says. S-U-S-P, Suspicious maybe. Suspicious is 1982 Power Pop, EX, $32.99. Craig wants Ella and Dave Brubeck. Tanner, we have a sale. We have a rare sale out of this bin. Craig Johnson wants Ella Fitzgerald and Dave Brubeck. Craig and Mel. I think they may be the only two alive viewers we have right now. Mel Webster said 20 on Bob Dylan. I'm also going to sell that to Mel for $20. I need to blow an air horn to wake everybody up. It is after midnight. I think everybody's getting a little droopy-eyed on us. Probably one eye's open, holding the phone up. They're suspicious. We have Joe Turner, Rock and Roll. That's an original 1957 Deep Groove Mono. VG Condition, $34.99. Joe Turner, Rock and Roll. This is VG, $34.99. It's 1:13 a.m. where Mel's buying, 1:13 a.m. EX, $11.99 for Coney Hatch. Coney Hatch, Out of Hand. EX, $11.99. We have Ben Webster and Associates. This is G+, Good Plus on the vinyl. 1959 stereo, Ben Webster, $24.99. 1971 March of Dimes, FM musical programs. B.B. King, Ronnie Dyson, Vicky Carr. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Brenda Medina said sold on Coney Hatch. That's sold to Brenda Medina. The Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. EX Condition, $31.99 on the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. EX, $31.99. George Harrison's in shrink wrap, extra textura, VG Plus, $22.99. Read all about it. VG Plus, $22.99 on George Harrison. We have the Monkees, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. EX Condition, $12.99. The vinyl has a little bit of clouding on that. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. What's that doing being left behind? VG Plus, $17.99. Saturday Night Fever. The Best of Bill Monroe. VG Plus, $14.99. The Best of Bill Monroe. Look, how iconic. It's only 10:15 where Nick's watching. We need more viewers in California then. We need a whole slew of, we could be going live like part two's just starting out there if we had a whole slew of California viewers. Count Basie, Atomic Basie, 1958 mono, VG Condition, $24.99. Count Basie. We also have Atlantico Tropical, or Atlantico Tropical. Wow, that has like a embossed like plastic button glued to the cover. It's Latin. Where's Jerry Nichols at? He's always asking for this stuff. 3LP, Latin, Mexican import, EX, $34.99. EX, $34.99. That is Atlantico Tropical. I need to set that aside for Jerry Nichols. He asks at least once a night, do we have any Latin music? There it is. Henry Flint and Nova Something Else. This is free jazz and country rock. Wow. Talk about a mix of genres. EX, $36.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Bill Monroe. Still watching from the West Coast. Stephen, are you at SpaceX tonight? Rachel's The Sea and the Bells. That's EX, $21.99. Modern, classical, and post-rock. Wow. EX, $21.99. I want to know what free jazz and country rock sounds like. Craig Johnson said he'd give 20 for Basie. Go ahead and sell that to Craig Johnson. Live from SpaceX. Tell Elon I said hello. Tell him to tune in and retweet our stream. That would get us a few new followers. Joe Walsh, So What? VG copy, $12.99. Joe Walsh, So What? VG, $12.99. This is EX, $34.99. Our Solar System in Time. Psych Rock, EX, $34.99. Our Solar System in Time, $34.99. Chris Forsyth with Garcia Peoples. Peoples Motel Band, EX, $22.99. Robert Johnson wants JW. Joe Walsh. All it took was Mel and Craig breaking the ice earlier, and I think it woke everybody up. They was like, whoa, Chad's showing records. Fantastica, Music from Outer Space by Russ Garcia. That looks interesting. It's a 1958 mono, VG Plus, $26.99. Music from Outer Space. And this looks interesting too. I can tell Paul definitely priced these. John Foley, America. He can definitely, I don't even know where these come from, but somewhere he finds them in the back. 1971 first U.S. label, VG Plus, $34.99. Now, I can't tell you anything about them. He probably could. And there's the Latin record. I'm going to put that back in there. All right. Will there be any other request? Will there be any other request for tonight? We are here. We are live and ready to sell you records. for about 3 more minutes because I'm ready to eat something. I'm going to go find more food and then we got to clean up. And I think me and Tanner don't have plans to stay here until 8 a.m. again and pull another 24-hour shift. But I do have a lot of stuff to do right quick. So let's see here. Any Dretson dolls or Amanda Palmer? No. Beatles Red. You got any more? I do have some Japanese. Where's the... Well, we'd have to move, but I do have the Japanese Beatles Reds. We can show them that. Michael, I don't have any for $15. I can dig you up a Japanese press, but those start at $35 minimum, maybe $45, $55 and up, depending on how nice they are. I don't have any more US red and VG condition, but I do have Japanese pressing. So, but those are probably going to be twice as much. That's about the cheapest one of those I've put out in a while. That would be VG condition, especially for $20. I'm not saying I can't get you another VG, but I don't have them. So, all right. Let's see what else we got here on the feed. Do you have Please Please Me Japanese? I do not, Stephen. I've been looking one for you, but I don't have it. Punk band called Crimpshire. Never heard of them. Gotcha. I'll wait till next go around. Good night. Have a great night. Darren says Rolling Stones have. Darren, I hope you come back and watch, but I have no idea what you've been trying to buy all night. So I hope you come back again tomorrow night, but I haven't really understood what you've been trying to buy since you've been on. But if you want to come back tomorrow, we can try again. But we're signing off right now from CollectCo. We'll be back tomorrow. Speaking of that, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central. Let's see, Saturday. Paul should be here. Should be. I got to talk to him, I think. I don't know if he's watching now or not. Sometimes he's on. He stays in the shadows, though. Never know if he's watching or not. He should be here tomorrow pricing new stuff. That's what I'm going to try to do tonight is price some stuff myself. We worked on a bunch of 45s the other night, so we'll see what's going on. And we'll have new vinyl to recap. And hopefully plenty of new vintage arrivals. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back tomorrow in less than 24 hours at 7 o'clock Central Time to do this again. So do you have the new Aerosmith? It hasn't come out yet. We have it up for pre-order. So, all right. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a good night. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time here on CollectCo, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks again, and I'll see you.